Back at it again today with Hank. Big boy right there eating some snow. So what I want to do today, we left off yesterday, I fired 2 shots, and he was probably about 40 yards away, maybe 50 yards. So what I'm going to do today is gradually decrease that distance. I don't want to move up to a louder blank yet. We're just going to stay with the same small 22 acorn blanks that are pretty quiet, but we're just going to gradually decrease that distance. So we'll see how he does. Not going to move up to a louder blank until I know for a fact that he's comfortable with it. That's the key with gunfire. You would do it super, super gradual. So first step always, get him super excited, which is easy because he loves birds. Come on, buddy. Come on. Yeah. Oh, what you got? What is it? Oh, cute. Oh, yeah. Okay. So we'll get set up then. I gotta get my gun out of my pocket. Lose the gloves. Phew. All right. Pew, pew, pew. All right. I got 2 birds today, so I'll kind of throw one, let him come back, and we'll do another one right away, depending on how he acts. Again, my goal is to not get a reaction out of him. I do not want a reaction to this gunfire. Oh, what is it? What is it? Okay. I fired another shot because the bird ran that way and he continued to chase it. Still chasing it. So we're just going to wait a little bit until he comes back. This bird almost came out of my bag. I forgot to close it. So when he comes back, I'm going to have this bird ready. And just kind of hanging on to it. So right when he comes back, he's super amped and ready to go again, and then I'll decrease the distance. He was only probably, he kind of veered off. Hopefully you guys could have saw it in the camera. We'll see. But he veered off kind of behind my pigeon loft before I could get a shot off. I had the gun in a bad position, so my fault, but it worked out. He's coming back now. Slowly but surely, he's looking for that bird. Oh, there's that bird. Pigeons are so fast. People don't understand. Pigeons can fly like 55 miles an hour. They're crazy. These are homing pigeons, so when I throw them, they fly right back. And I reuse them and reuse them. He's slow to come back. He's really looking for that bird. Hey! Want to get a look at me. Okay, here he comes. No, not yet. Hanker! Okay, so now he's coming back. He's amped. Yeah, I got the bird. I got it. Okay, ready? So I didn't fire a shot that time. The bird kind of veered off and just went right into that tree. He didn't see it. So he wasn't looking at the bird. I'm not going to fire a shot. Even though he was super amped, I want him focused on a bird. So sometimes the pigeons don't cooperate. So I'll go grab another bird and we'll get back at it. Okay, I got another bird now. Hopefully this bird cooperates so we can get another shot off. But he's still amped, so that's good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Right. Good boy. Good boy, come on. Get that bird. So when I throw these birds, I want him just focus chasing them. That last shot, as you can see, he kind of stopped. He didn't stop because of the gunfire. He stopped just because he's getting used to not catching the birds. So the game's becoming a little bit more boring for him. He still loves to chase them, but eventually, you know, if he never catches one, it's kind of like he gets bored of it. And he's like, oh, well, I'm never going to catch it. Why would I run for it? So I might have to let him kind of get a taste of some bird. I have some frozen birds that might help, but we'll see. I might let him catch one. They naturally have a soft mouth. Pigeon will be fine. So we'll probably let him do that just to keep his motivation up for this bird. So stay tuned for that. So like I said before, I feel like he's getting not quite bored with the game, but he's kind of feeling like he can't succeed in catching the bird. So we don't want that. We want him chasing the bird like he knows he's going to get it. So how you do that, how you keep him motivated, you let him catch one. So I'm going to put him on a long line just so he doesn't run off with the bird, but he'll catch this one. I'll kind of wrangle him back in, all positive. We're not, whatever he does with the bird, we're not going to scold him for it. And no gunfire on this one. Even though he didn't react to the last one, I just want to keep that motivation up, keep that drive up. That's so important with this gunfire training. I will show you how that goes. Got him hooked up to the long line. And I was just thinking, what I'm actually going to do is, we do this in recall a lot. So with anything, frustration actually builds drive in a dog. So a lot of times with puppies, we'll do a restrained recall. So we'll either hold them by a harness or hold them by their chest. And, have someone run away, call them with treats, and say, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. And then the other guy will let them go. And it's a two-person drill usually, but so they'll let them go. And while they're being held on, they're kind of like, oh, come on, let me go, let me go, let me go. So frustration builds that motivation, builds that drive. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to kind of restrain him, throw the pigeon. This pigeon isn't a very good flyer, so it'll most likely land. I'm assuming, hopefully the pigeon cooperates. So yeah, I'm going to kind of build some frustration in him. He'll be whining, and then I'll release him. And that'll just build the motivation even more. I'll ditch the gloves again. I'm just going to hold him by the collar. Give the bird just a really short toss. He's a big boy, though. He's hard to hang on to. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. All right, so as you can see, I really restrained him. I only had the leash probably about 8-10 feet, and I really was restraining him. He was just amped to get that bird. It kind of went off camera, unfortunately, but he got the bird. I praised him, good boy, and got the bird, apprehended the bird, and I threw a frozen bird, and you could see me throw that in the video. So I let him get that one. So overall, I think it was a great session. That second bird I threw, he lost a little bit of motivation to chase the bird. Still super amped for birds themselves, but the game of chase kind of lost its value just because he never caught one. If you fail, his goal is to catch that bird. So if you fail at catching a bird, it's really hard to stay motivated to keep chasing, which obviously makes sense. So that's why I let him catch one. Next session, he'll be amped up, ready to go. I'll be able to fire some more shots for him. ABC Dog Training.